Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Trailblazers Group 3 Champions of Champions A final. It's taken over 22 races to get to this point to collect these 14 drivers, the Champions of Champions, the best of the best as we follow Millsy around the circuit. It's Gr.3 around Mount Panorama. 20 laps, which sees the top 7 from our top split face off against the top 7 from the B final, which we held just previously on the Trailblazers Esports YouTube channel, in which we took the top 7 from the second and third split, raced them off against each other to take the cream of the crop, and we end up with these 14 drivers. Kez Audio taking the championship B final to become the champions champion of the second and third split. Rick Reen made it through from race 1, so does GLR Scotty as a late inclusion after he gets through over Raptor. Whip Attack was on an absolute charge, put in a 2 minutes and 8 seconds, 2 minutes flat, 0.8, whilst chasing down Kez, but then had a big incident coming out of the chase. But he still made it through. Soul Slayer made it through from the first race, as well as Tricky Brewer and Bozza. So Bozza and Scotty entered the final lap in the throes of disqualification, of not making it, and then they get through at the last minute. So we saw the strategy in the first race was Kezi went long. He went 14 laps on the softs, and then 6 on the mediums. The medium compound tire is compulsory, and they will be qualifying on the medium tire also. And welcome back, everybody, as everybody starts to roll back in. Apologies for the technical difficulties. So a lot of big names join the party. This could be anyone's. DK666. And Ando rejoins us in the commentary box. Ando, welcome back.
Hello, hello. Sorry, I was talking to some teammates there. Apologies for that.
Oh, good.
Just giving some last-minute pep talks to the boys.
Right, so this is huge. This lobby is huge. With the pace that Whip Attack showed off, and how good we know Kaz is, and then the top 7 names that have made it through from this lobby. This could be anyone's.
These blue lobby boys are going to have to be on their game. They're going to have to bring their A game tonight, pardon the pun, to this A final, because that pace from Whip Attack was astonishing, and the consistency and strategy from Kez was just, you know, outstanding as well. So I hope these guys know what they're in for.
And some very fast drivers in this top split. So DK has come down from the top split. He's very quick. Millsy, we know how quick Millsy is. PJ, he's made the cut. You never know what PJ can deliver. Jopa, very quick as well. EBM Brandoza. And a few other names that haven't ticked in yet who are not yet on circuit.
Yeah, my pick's going to be Memes, my main rival in this series.
Power Memes.
He hasn't joined us yet. I'm assuming he's racing tonight. He was listed, wasn't he, Power Memes?
Yes. Is he in the lobby? He's not.
Must be just having some reset issues or something to do. I mean, there's a bit of time before they start, so yeah, but also Jopa's pretty darn quick. There's not much between the three of us normally. when it comes to quality laps.
So this could be the most explosive Champions final we've seen all week. It is the Gr.3 Trailblazers Season 8 Champions final, brought to you by Elite Brake and Mechanical in Melbourne, and Scorched Media, Seriously Web, for all your web design solutions, as we follow Jopa around on practice as the drivers just start to get a feel for the conditions, changing conditions for each race. So the grip on the circuit will change slightly in between sessions. And we get the 4 minutes warning, so the drivers will go into 10 minutes of qualifying to set the grid for the final Champions race of Season 8.
Sorry, Dan, I was just taking a call from some Trailblazers admin there.
Oh, good.
There's been a development.
A development?
There's been a development.
There's been an elephant. There's a dead elephant. What's the dead elephant?
So one of our top 7 runners from the B final is happy to step aside, and he's given his spot to Gr. Scotty, who's going to join us in the A final.
There we go. He steps up into the A final as well. Look out.
Yeah, so unfortunately, as we saw, Gr. Scotty had a very bad moment across the top on the last lap, but he's been given a reprise of sorts, and he's been allowed into the A final. So there you go, folks.
Brilliant. So we'll see what he's got to offer. How relevant he's going to be.
Yes, will that make him relevant? Well, of course it will. He's relevant now. He was quite irrelevant until then, wasn't he?
Everyone on circuit tonight is definitely going to be relevant with the nature of this beautiful circuit and how costly just a simple mistake can be.
Yes, but quality's going to be once again crucial. Like, you know, you really want to get yourself as far up that grid as you can. The further up the grid you can get, the more choice you have on what tyre you choose.
Gives you that more strategy freedom as the race goes on as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And less so in a race where it's winner takes all, obviously, but in general.
Well, that's right. They're not racing for points here. They're racing for glory. It's podium or bust here. So at a track like Bathurst, that adds a little extra bit of spice to it, doesn't it?
A little bit of spice. What's Millsy put in?
Where you'd normally back off, you know, through Skyline or across McPhillamy, you might just keep the boot in and take that risk of running wide in order to gain that advantage, you know, and get yourself onto that top 3 steps that it's all about, you know.
We've got 1 minute
As
to
the
go.
famous Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first, you're last.
If you ain't first, you're last, indeed.
Yeah.
It really could be anyone's. This is nuts. As we're on board with Millsy.
Who are you picking, Dan? Who are you picking tonight, mate?
Oh, jeez. I really don't know. And then I've just had a blank as well of who drives for which team, which is really embarrassing.
I'm gonna have to stay loyal to my team. I'm going for Kez, the master of fuel and tyre saving and strategy. So I'm gonna pick Kez for the W tonight.
I've got to go memes. I've got to. With the pace that he's shown and Being a Triple R driver, showing my bias as well.
Well, yeah, and also in the car he's in.
Oh, what's he driving?
Is he in the Supra? He's in the Supra. Which I believe might be slightly OP around here.
I think it's the meta around here.
It's going to be hard to drive though, so I am banking. Sorry to say this, Memes. I'm banking on Memes coming a cropper, basically, because I know he's got the pace. Like, the dude is quick, right? But I am basically betting that Memes will maybe have a moment, cop some damage, and old Kez will do a Bradbury.
Well,
that's my call.
The thing with picking, we've made two very, very like educated guesses there, but then you've still got Millsy.
You got your whip attacks.
But then you've got Millsy. Brandozer's won two big events around here. I'm pretty sure Brandozer's been in the team
they're in
that has
the
won
Merc and the
two team
Super
competitions.
respectively. Yeah, so those cars are meta around here. There's some seriously anyone's race.
Millsy's won events here before. I've seen Brandoza win events here before. DK, I've seen him win here before.
Yeah, you're going to have your Bathurst specialists for sure, aren't you? You're going to have people that just, they punch above their weight just because it's Bathurst. So this could be, really anyone's race. But I'm going with Kez. I'm staying loyal to the team. He's in a good car, and he is good at this track. I know Kez is good at this track. He's a Bathurst specialist, so let's see how it plays out. But he's got some stiff competition. There's no doubt about that. I mean, Memes and Joper. If Joper can stay out of the wall, that guy's going to be relevant. Unfortunately, this season he's had a bit of an issue with the walls, and that's cost him. But also that Supra, it's fast car, but it's a bit of a handful around here. It really is.
Yeah.
So it's quick in a straight line. It doesn't get the power down that well. It's not good at starting. So expect Memes to lose positions at the start, no matter where he starts. But there's no doubting that car's pace. It's got straight line speed, it really does. But it is a bit of a handful. So across the top of the mountain, who knows? We did not see it in race B, did we? So we don't know how it goes around here at the moment.
I'm just getting butterflies just thinking about this. Like, I completely forgot about Brandozer's performances the last couple of times we've been here. And then with whip attacks pace, this is just going to be great.
Yeah, there's pace from whip
legitimately
attack,
7 or 8 drivers.
It was crazy.
That can win this race. I mean, anyone in this lobby can win this race. But, oh boy.
Yep, it's going to come down to who can string together 20 good laps without a mistake, without touching the wall, without getting damage, and also who can choose whose brain is switched on, who's going to get the strategy right. That's what it's going to come down to. So tell me about Brando. Brando, I know a little bit, but I didn't know he was a Bathurst specialist. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, he's. I'm pretty sure he's not consistently top split all the time for everything he drives in. But there was 2 events, both of which I think were the team's format, where you had 4 races and each driver would drive twice in a team. One was definitely at Bathurst, I think. The other one was also at Bathurst, or where else could it have been? No, it had to be Bathurst. So he took Bathurst out twice. He drove 3rd and 4th both times.
There you go.
Blitzed both. That's the strat as well in those.
His CV at the Mount is there.
Definitely.
He's got the credentials, and he's in a good car. He's in that Merc, which really is well suited to this track, I believe.
And I think that one of those or both of those events, I think you had DK and Millsy together, maybe, in the other teams, and they were fighting the whole way.
Yep. And he came out on top. So that's some pretty good pedigree right there, that he's been able to overcome. So
The Millsy DK car and the Brandoza car, the EBM car, they were, yeah. It's when everyone's coming across the line, we're missing all the times. My apologies. So Whip Attack sets a 2-2. Scotty, Memes with a 2-2, DK with a 2-5, Millsy with a 2-4, Joper with a 3-9. Memes has put it in second. We were too busy chatting there, and all the time started to roll up the screen. PJ Mac with a 204.2, Kez Audio with a 202.8. A 202.8 only puts him in seventh. Boy.
yeah, I don't think the fastest laps have been shown yet. They're still on out laps here, folks. They're going to put the hammer down now. A couple of them have ghosted out to the pits, which is allowed at Trailblazers, I believe. They've ghosted out already for fresh mediums. So
Brando's a 201.9.
Yeah, I was going to say there's got to be a 201 in there, and there is. So
Memes 202.2. So the top 8 all within a second.
I reckon there'll be a 201.5 here. Someone will pull one out of the hat. Let's see what happens.
Brandoza flying down Conrod Straight.
Can he go purple? Can he improve? No, he doesn't. He's 4/10 down. So he's probably going to pull out of this and jump onto fresh tyres. Memes is on an out lap, so he's not relevant at the moment. Whip Attack's in the pits. That's interesting. Oh, no, he comes out now. Watch out for Whip Attack. I reckon he could pull out a 201.5.
Oh, he's definitely capable after seeing a 2 flat. Carrying fuel, but with softs, so...
Yep, we got 3.5 minutes left now, so anyone pitting now could still get another lap in, but they better be quick.
Millsy improves. He goes up into P3 with a 202.2.
Nice, Joper improves into 6th only, though. He won't be too happy with that. All these guys are going to have to go around again now because they don't have enough time to X out. Actually, they might still just. If they're clever, they'll ghost out now.
Big Green 203.6. Tricky Brewer 202.4 brings him up into P5. And Soul Slayer with a 203.2 is not enough to crack the top 8. So the 3/10 between the top 3, it's Brandoza, Memes and Millsy.
Yeah, these cars on fresh mediums with 0 fuel are completely different to drive, folks, in quali than in race trim. So the times are similar to if you were running on fresh softs, but the car feels completely different.
Oh, Memes doesn't make it. A little bit of wall across the top.
He's on a hot lap, is he? He's down. He's down 6/10. He's going to have one more chance, though.
He was on an out lap, so he's flying now.
Who's going to hook up that one wonderful lap around the mount? Who's it going to be?
A few more drivers crossing the line now. No improvement there. Let's see what Joper's got. 202.2 puts Joper up into P4.
He's got worn tyres though, so he's done. He's not going to improve. But we've got Millsy on worns, and ahead of him, Meme's about to start a hot lap. He's on fresh tyres, and Brandoza is also on fresh tyres, so both of those front runners could improve.
We are on the penultimate lap now. Scotty with a 203.1, not enough to crack the top 8, as we are following Brandoza around. He's on pole at the moment.
Just come out of the cutting, slight lift there as he goes through Reed Park. He could, as he gets it right through McPhillamy with a slight little lift. Sorry, that was Reed Park. Now he goes through McPhillamy. He hugs the corner, holds it. He could get a draft here out of Millsy. He's only 400ths down, and Millsy's gone sideways. He's going to ruin the lap for poor old Brandoza. That is unfortunate. Brandoza
How much did he back out? He didn't back out that much.
He didn't, but he's not going to get the slip. So
True.
He may not improve here. I think he's going to be down. I mean, when something like that happens in front of you, you're going to get balked. You're gonna pull up a little bit. So I'd expect him as he comes under the walkway here to be down, and he's down at 10th. He could improve here. He's done well. Goes deep in the brakes into the chase. Gets it slightly wrong. Touches the apex. Compromises his exit. He's held it together though. Let's see if he improves. Down to the last corner. Well into the 100-metre mark before he hits the brakes. Pulls it up beautifully, and he's not happy with it.
So PJ improves, but it's not enough to hit the top 8.
So those early laps memes has actually improved. So Power Memes got one done there.
Who's next across
Millsy
the line?
in third, Joper in
does
fourth.
not improve.
We've got the usual suspects up there in front, except for Brandoza.
No improvement from Millsy.
Surprise package there.
Cool. Scotty's out there, next one across the line. Scotty, can he improve? He's in P10. Not enough from Scotty. We're jumping around to find the next one. Bozza in P14. Can he get off the back row? Just couldn't hook one up tonight.
Get that Beetle working, mate.
He doesn't improve.
And no, he can't. Not quite.
So
maybe not the ideal car for this track, but Brandoza are the big surprise there in pole position. That's an outstanding effort.
That was unreal.
Not one of the names we've seen at the top of the leaderboard
for quite some time
this season. So yeah, a welcome return. Well done, sir. Well done.
So over to you, mate. I'll let you do the honours. One lap dash.
Yeah, we'll
to shake things out.
Dash. Yeah, it's just the warm-up race. This doesn't mean anything, but here they go, sitting on the start line. Now the revs are up, the lights are on, ready to race, folks. And away we go. A Joper with a slingshot start. But Brandoza holds the line, the inside line into turn 1. Keeps it together. Fairly clean getaway for everyone. And away we go now, but Joper's got the run on him up the mountain straight. In identical cars, folks. What's going to happen? They make the run up to Griffins. That Supra, look at Memes in the Supra just reeling them in. That thing's got some straight line speed. They dive into Griffins. Yeah, they're paying a bit of respect. We've got some sideways action bad down in the pack there. There's a lot of carnage back behind them there. But Brandoza through the cutting, nice and clean.
I'm just checking the replay.
Joper's right on his tail. Yeah, that was ugly. That was not nice. Somebody was not playing nice through the Griffin's bend there. Brandoza brings it through Reed Park, into McPhillamy. Down, dropping into Skyline now. He's driving beautifully, the fellow, in the EBM blue car. Down into the dipper. He's got Joper for company right on his tail.
Memes lost it through the dipper as well.
Yeah, Memes has had a moment. So down they go, down Conrad Straight. This is just a warm-up lap, folks. This is just a lobby integrity check. It's not of any meaningfulness to the end result of the race. They'll quit after this one lap. They'll all get a chance to grab their choice of tyre for the start of the main event. Oh, and Joper's having a look around the outside through the chase. It may just be a practice event, but Jope is not mucking around here, folks. He's gone through into the last corner, through the inside, makes the move stick, and he'll cross the line about a car length ahead. Exciting stuff.
They're always a bit of fun.
Yeah, a bit of a message being sent there, I think, from the old Jopes to let old Brando know he means business. Not here to muck around tonight, are we, boys? Millsy takes out third. Then Kez, the dark horse in the Mazda Banshee, who I caution you all to keep a good eye on throughout the race. The master of strategy and fuel saving, not to mention tyre preservation. And where was old mate Whip Attack in that one? Might have been fifth, I think. But he'll be another one to watch. Where did Whip Attack qualify again? Not sure. I think he'll be towards the front, but he'll be relevant for sure. As they just reset now, they'll set a manual grid. It might be a couple of minutes while they do that. Everyone will get a chance to choose their tyre that they want to start the race on. I haven't heard from Dan in a while, so I'm not sure if there's something going on there, but I'll just carry on.
Carry on.
Okay, so yes, they're going to set a manual grid now, and it won't be long before we get going with the main event. As I said, everyone will get a chance to choose a tyre to start on, and that will be key. That will be very interesting to see who starts on what. What do you reckon, Dan? The guys at the front obviously will choose the soft. Do you think?
Oh, who the hell? This could be. I mean, Brando's has already shown his hand. He's on the softs, but I mean the front runners. Do you think
someone on the second row is going to risk it, choose the mediums, and try to hold on for a few laps
and go with them?
You know, because if they can get sucked along in the slip for maybe 2 laps, then that will give them a benefit. It really will.
Absolutely,
But then they're going to be, But then they're going to be looking in their mirrors for the whole stint, aren't they? They're going to be looking in their mirrors. They're going to, run the threat of being swamped by anyone coming from behind on soft. So it'd be a risky ploy. It really would, I think. Honestly, I think if you're in the top 6, you should go soft to start with.
So what do we have? PJ, he's out on track at the moment. So Brandoza's shown his hand. He's on the softs. Scotty, he's on the softs. Millsy starting on the softs. And at the moment, the rest of the field on the mediums. But there is a little bit of gamesmanship in this warm-up period. A lot of people changing tyres a lot.
The Triple R guys are good at this. Yeah. They're not going to choose their tyre till the very last minute. Yeah, we play these games week in, week out. We spectate each other, and we try to have a look at what the other person's going for. So these games are quite common. It's all part of the package when you join Trailblazers Esports.
It'd be like just keeping the tires in the wrong tire bags.
That's right. It's like the reverse psychology, mate. Like you just go, and you throw a fake every now and again. You got to keep them on their toes, don't you?
Well, here we go. We've been given the signal from the steward.
All right. The host is with the mostest.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
has,
prepare.
Launched it.
Pop your ears. The pressure is rising. Grab yourself a cup of tea. Oh no, wait, it's too late. Here it comes. The final of the Champions of Champions final series for Group 3 of Trailblazers Season 8. The hottest final yet. Have a look at this top 8. 22 races to get here. Brandoza, Power Memes, Millsy, Joper, Whip Attack, Tricky Brewer, DK, and Mad Mitch. That's your top 8. We're waiting for lights at Mount Panorama.
Revs are rising.
Memes and Brandoza are on the front row. And they're off. They're away. Memes is bogged down. Joper's got an absolutely flying start. Brandoza's off as well. Whip Attack looks up the inside and with Millsy as they come around the first corner. They're all going to sort themselves out. And it's single file before they hit halfway up Mountain Straight. And Brandoza is off to a flyer, but followed by Joper, Power Memes, Whip Attack and Millsy. Tricky Brewer defends from Mad Mitch and the rest of the pack. All nice and tidy so far.
Clean getaway there. I think Kez might have been a loser out of that start.
It's down in P11, Kezi, in this big pack. Look at this angry swarm of Hornets as they come up through the mountain. Brandoza's checking out already. 1.2 seconds on Joper. Then you got Memes and Whip Attack. Millsy's right on Whip Attack's tail. I didn't check the tyres last minute.
Yeah, Brando's on softs. The next couple are on mediums, so that gap is to be expected. But this is going to really make for an interesting play out of strategy because we've got half of the top 6 on softs and the other half on mediums. This is going to be really spicy, folks. This really is going to be fun to commentate and watch.
So Brandoza's checking out. Whip Attack's looking to line up Memes. Joper's trying to break the slipstream. A little bit of a gap between 4th and 5th forming, but Millsy will look to close that gap as Whip Attack and Memes battle a little bit.
And so he should be, because, yeah, he's on soft, so he's going to have to clear 3 cars ahead of him.
A little bit of contact between Mitch and Tricky there through the chase as well as Mitch takes the position. And that's a lap down.
Pretty clean getaway. You can't complain about that, can you, Dan?
Not at all, no. Nice and tidy for the first start. Brandoza has checked out. He's 2.6 seconds ahead now. But what was the tyres at the top 6? Who's on
so
what?
Brando's on softs, and the next 3, the battle pack, are on mediums. So this is to be expected. Brando has to check out. He has to get himself a 26-second lead before he pits.
And this lot has to then work together and not kill too much time fighting each other.
No, that's right. None of them can make any mistakes. I mean, you know, Brando included. You know, the minute you make a mistake here, your race is compromised. Because you know for sure someone else behind you or in front of you is going to be on that perfect race, regardless of their strategy. So, you know, this really is a race of 2 aspects. You've got to keep it clean, and you've also got to get your strategy right.
Is Millsy on the softs? Is he stuck behind these 3 on softs?
He is. He is. He is stuck behind that, and as I said on the previous lap, he has to clear these 3 cars toot sweet pronto. He needs to get past them, otherwise his race is done.
It might actually even work to the advantage of the pack if they let him work his way through.
Well, they're not making it easy for him. They're taking the defensive line into the kink. Oh, and Whip Attack bumps him wide. He lets him know he's not going to make it easy for him. Okay, so Millsy gets 1 spot back. No, but he loses it again. Very untidy through the exit of the chase. he might maintain the position. So he's made one into the last
Lost some
corner, but
ground
he's
now
lost
on
contact.
Memes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This is what this fighting does, folks. It really compromises your race. That's why qualifying is so important. And if you decide to start down in the order on the soft tyre, this is what can happen.
Memes has just got Joker into turn 1 as Joker's coming back at him around the outside. But decides against it. He's going to look for the inside run. Nope.
It'll
Memes
be
is going to hold the inside line.
Hard to beat that super on grunt up the mountain straight. That thing is OP, folks. That super has got some pulling power.
Let's see if we can
Oh, Memes runs wide.
Ah.
He slides it into the cutting, but somehow manages to keep it out of the wall and not lose a place. And somehow he stays in second place. So his teammate Joper gets a little bump from behind from Millsy, who's on his rear bumper like no tomorrow. Because he's on the softs, Millsy's there saying, mate, if I was Millsy, I'd be flashing my lights. I'd be saying, come on, guys, let me through here. I'm on the softs. But there's no way of telling them that, is there? There's no way of saying, hey, I'm on the softs. So it's really hard to work together when you're on different tyres like this. It really is.
So Brando is now almost 6 seconds the better of Memes. As Millsy's trying to work his way through on the soft tyres through Joper and Power Memes.
There's the difference right there. Two cars on the same tyre, one of them in traffic and one of them not. And after 3 laps, there's already a 6.5 second difference.
It shows the value of qualifying that we were talking about earlier, definitely. Millsy's going to, maybe he's going to line one up now. Joper's had a little bit of a moment.
Joper's getting hairy. He really works his wheel. I watch his streams, Joper. He really drives aggressively. He really manhandles his car around the track. And sometimes it works for him, sometimes it doesn't. He's got a run on Memes here. This could be interesting. Who's Millsy going to work with? Oh, poor Millsy. He's got a lift. Millsy has to lift into Griffins because Memes and Joper decide to go toe-to-toe. So poor old Millsy is having his soft stint severely compromised by these two supposed friends on mediums in front of him that are fighting like there's no tomorrow.
Right on the tail of Memes. This is a great angle in the cockpit view of Millsy.
These two guys, they both stream. They're both the Twitch twins, I call them. I mean, they both do a tremendous job of streaming their racing. And they are teammates, but I tell you what, there may sometimes be a little bit of argy-bargy between them. There might be a little bit of a rivalry going on here. Being the last race of the season and all, the team's championship has been decided. The points championship has been decided. This is just bragging rights, folks, we're talking about here. And in the champions race, all bets are off, obviously.
Here comes Millsy again. What's he going to do this time?
Of course, he's on the soft, so once again he has to lift before the braking point.
Great team driving from these two almost. It almost seems like they're...
Well, I reckon they're just... And Millsy gets the job done on Memes. Probably a lap too late. Yeah. Memes on the mediums. Pretty hard to defend a fellow super on softs behind you. But the damage is done, folks. 7.8 seconds Millsy is now off the lead of Brandoza, who could pull out a surprise victory here, folks, like out of nowhere. The guy has not really dominated the podium at all in Gr.3 this season. But here he is sitting out there, sitting pretty. 8 seconds in front.
Second through fifth, all very relevant. Except for Millsy, of course, running out of time.
And And I tell you what, Dan, guess who's joining the party in 5th position?
Oh, here he is.
Old Whip Attack on the mediums. Talk about relevant. Oh my God. This guy in the Aston, yeah, he's just been biding his time. His mediums look like they're barely worn. They look like 1 lap old, if that. He's just gone blue. He's up the tail end of Power Memes, Whip Attack, into the dipper. He's right there. He's ready to race. He's come to party, people.
Definitely would say that anyone in the top 5, except for maybe, unfortunately, Millsy, who knows? Millsy's going to look to get past Joper now.
And he bump drafts him. He tried to go round, but unfortunately he caught a little bump draft. So Joper defending well, some might say aggressively, but probably within the rules. He's holding Millsy up here. Millsy's showing with his body language too. He wants to get around him. Oh, Millsy gets it slightly wrong through the last corner, and he allows Joper to get away. So Millsy driving a little bit frustratedly here is suffering, maybe overdriving the car a tad, but he's 8.8 seconds adrift now of Brando in the lead, who really is making hay while the sun shines. But I'm really scared of Whip Attack. I don't know about you guys, but Whip Attack's on the mediums. He's under 10 seconds off the lead.
He's right there on him, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, and Memes gets slidey again into the cutting. Don't go out there, Memes. Keep your tyres out of those marbles, mate.
Oh, Rick's had a mechanical. He's out.
Oh, really? Oh, no. That's unfortunate.
So what's the gap now? Brando's in 9 seconds.
Yeah, I tell you
still
what.
Can't get past.
Brando's driving a stellar race. Millsy can't get past, and Whip Attack, you know, he started on the mediums, but now he's being held up by the Memes and Joper party. So Tweedledee and Tweedledum are doing their job in some respects.
Do they have
Not
enough
their
pace?
job, but they're having relevance.
Well, here comes Whip
Here
Attack.
we go. Whip Attack's guy. He's got to move. Can he have the grunt over the Supra?
He's going to have the outside line.
England versus Japan. Can he do it? He dives in.
Around the outside.
Can he hold it up? He does it. Wow, that was a bold move. Well done. That was crucial. That was crucial to his chances.
And now Millsy, he's hungry now. He's right on his tail of Joper.
He is. But the main difference between himself and Whip Attack is that Millsy's on the softs.
He is.
Whip Attack's right up his tail, and he's on the mediums.
Millsy's becoming less relevant by the lap.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but you know, it's only lap 7, so
this time maybe he's going to try and go around the outside.
Oh, Joper goes
of Griffins.
defensive. Joper goes defensive. This is all good for Whip Attack. He gets right back into the slip at through Griffins, and he brings Power Memes along with him for the ride. So Millsy and Joper have to sort this out. Toot sweet. Meanwhile, Brando checks out to once again a 9.4 second lead. So he's not increasing it in any significance. So that could be significant, pardon the pun, in itself. Brando could be reaching the limit of those soft tyres.
What did we saw? We saw at least in 6 laps, we definitely know that 10 seconds can be switched. And Brando's has only we've seen that. Like Kez versus Whip Attack.
Yes.
So 9 seconds in 7 laps so far. But it depends on the pace differentials when they swap as well. But
Absolutely, because that whip attack stint at the end of race B was
here comes
OP, my
Millsy
friend.
now.
That was insane. Here they
Millsy's
go.
got it done.
Or has he?
Oh, no, he
Joper
doesn't.
doesn't want to give it up. Joper does not. Oh, when he creates contact. That was ugly, folks. Now they go side by side into the last corner. Murray's, is it?
Whip attack's going to follow him through.
Yeah, he's going to lose 2 spots. Yeah. That was
It's defending way too much, but that might end up being the best thing for Whip Attack and Joper right now, because Millsy might have a little bit of pace left on those soft tyres, and he might drag them along.
Not the best thing for Joper. He's just lost 2 spots and he's back and forth. But he defended aggressively, to his credit, but he cost everyone time there. So they're down to 11 seconds behind the leader. Oh no! And there's been a big moment. Hit the Z button there, mate. I think there might be a replay on the cards here.
It's not working. It's not working.
No, not working. It looks like there's been a moment in the Griffins. There may or may not have been a nudge there. So that is tragic for Whip Attack, I think it is.
Didn't let me
Whip
do
Attack got absolutely monstered there, I think. Or he might have got it totally wrong. I didn't quite catch it. I was looking away at the time and I didn't see whether there was actually contact before the incident or not. So it may have been a mistake, or it might have been a little nudge into a mistake, if you know what I mean.
That's us. I just like, for some reason the replay function on the keyboard is just like, not today. It worked like twice and then it doesn't want to do it again, unfortunately.
But the upshot of all of that is that I think Memes and Whip Attack are now out of it.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're both at the back. They've got damage. Memes doesn't, for some reason, have damage, but
Joper's down in P5 damage as well.
They're both at the back of the pack, so that's really unfortunate.
So Joper in P5 and Whip Attack and Memes in 11 and 12.
Yeah, so what we've got now is Brando out in front by a country mile, and Millsy in second, 11 seconds behind, who managed to escape that debacle a lap previous, and he's the big winner out of all of this.
And then Mad Mitch and Tricky. So Mitch is now the front runner on the medium tyre. 16 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, but he's only 5 seconds behind Millsy, who actually has front aero damage. And front left damage. So Mad Mitch could make some inroads here. And he could see himself having to go for second. But Tricky Brewer is diving in through the S's and the dipper on Mad Mitch. And Joper's joined the party too. Joper's on the mediums. They're looking healthy and he's got no damage. So he's obviously, Joper's on a charge. He's looking to come back here. Tricky gets into the wall out of Forest Elbow. Joper could have a run here on him. But Joper does have the draft of Tricky Brewer. They're all on mediums. And none of them have damage. So let's see if sanity can prevail here. Joper goes inside. Dives deep. And makes the move. And Mitch is into the pits.
And in comes Millsy.
Joper inherits third.
Millsy comes in. So does Mitch. So does DK. So Mitch and DK running 9 laps on the mediums. Millsy only doing 9 laps on the softs. So looking to start eating away at that differential over Brandoza, but maybe he must have used too much tie up trying to get by. Too much grip, stuck behind in traffic.
Yep, but it also comes down to thinking on your feet. Like, is it a good idea to pit now, or should I stay out and
DK comes
benefit
out
later?
in P7. Millsy comes out in P6. Power Memes is in P5. Millsy now 42.7 seconds off the lead. Keep an eye on that time. Brandoza 18 seconds in front of Joper. Brando on the softs, Joper's on the mediums. Tricky tucked up behind him, 0.8 seconds the difference. GLR Scotty, he's up in P4 now. Had a big incident earlier between
He's put a lot of fuel on board, Millsy. He's got nearly a full tank with only 10 laps to go, so somewhat questionable that pit stop, and why did he put on so much fuel? But anyway, we'll see how that pans out.
He's going to absolutely try and hammer it to get to the end. Let's see if he can reduce that gap. It's still 42 seconds. Brando stays out. Tricky Brewer, he's right on the tail of Joper now. Joper's got through.
Yeah, Tricky's on the mediums. He's got a pit though, so Joper he also has to pit. So they're both on the same strategy. They've both got the same fuel and exactly the same tyre wear. So
halfway through the race, it's the end of 10.
This fight is on for young and old.
18.2 seconds the gap. Halfway through the race.
Yeah, the stakeholders might have changed, but the fight is still on. So Tricky Brewer is now relevant thanks to that unfortunate coming together a few laps ago between some of the front runners.
Which took out, that affected 3 drivers, yeah? That was it.
Memes.
Joper and
Whip Attack.
Joper and Whip Attack.
Well, no, Joper's still in it. Joper's here.
Oh,
I think it was Memes and Whip Attack.
I think Joper got slowed down by it, maybe.
I think he was in the battle pack, was he? Or maybe not.
And he only fell back into 5th or 6th from wherever he was.
He escaped with no damage though. The other guys obviously had to pit, but he didn't.
The gap's coming down now at the front. 17.8 seconds.
Yeah, so Brando is looking good. He's got plenty of fuel in the tank. His tyres are perfectly evenly worn. And his last lap was a 2:03.2. So he has no need to pit anytime soon, folks. He can just stay out. If he so wishes, which he does. He elects to keep going. There is so much to be said for clean running, folks. If you can get clean air and no trouble, then this is what you can do.
This gap is still 18 seconds. Tricky and Joper still stay out.
I must make a shout out. Scotty in P4, that's a good showing. But I must make a shout out to my team boss in 13th place, old Kez. He's obviously not had a race to remember. We didn't see what happened to him, but it's obviously unfortunate what's happened to him. And Whip Attack ahead of him in 12th. He's obviously come out the worst for wear from that altercation up the front of the pack. Then we've got Bozza in the Beetle.
Pace, but he's so far behind.
Yeah, I don't know why they're so far behind, but obviously we've missed some stuff happening. Bozza's now into the pits. Ahead of him is PJ. In the Ford GT, probably not the most ideal car for this track, but he's on his own, he's circulating, and he's in 10th. So possibly a top 10 for him tonight might be a good result. Then we've got War Soul Slayer in the big Merc coming through the cutting. He's 50 seconds off the lead. Once again travelling on his own. Ahead of him, Mad Mitch. Once again in a Merc. He's got a bit of a gap ahead to DK, who's on the tail of Millsy. We'll see if there might be something going on here. DK's on the softs, Millsy's on the mediums, and DK closes right up on him through the dipper. Millsy could be under attack here, down Conrod.
Brandozer's boxed.
And there he goes, he's pulled the pin, he's pulled the trigger. After 12 laps, with 10% fuel remaining. He could have gone one more lap, but he decides to pull in for fresh mediums.
I reckon it comes up between Scotty and Memes. As Joper comes in as well. Tricky is the new leader. Followed by Scotty. Memes is in P5. Has he boxed yet?
Millsy.
Memes
has boxed.
He has boxed.
He's going through to the end, so he could be looking good for a podium. Brando's boxed, of course. GLR Scotty has not boxed. Neither has Tricky Brewer. So these two drivers leading right now may possibly be out of position.
Surely Memes hasn't boxed. He's ahead of Millsy.
Memes has got 2/3 of a tank and fresh softs.
Huh?
So he's made something happen.
Huh? What? He's 3.6 seconds behind Brandoza.
At a moment.
And Brando's on the mediums now, right?
Well, Brando's got the effective lead of the race, which he had before the pit stop, so that would be expected.
How's the gap between Memes and Brandoza gone? He had 18 seconds before they all stopped.
Really? Now it's only 3. Maybe Brando might have copped an incident or some blue flag trouble.
I'm so confused at what I'm watching. Where did that gap go?
Well, Memes pitted early, so his softs are worn, whereas Brando's softs are very fresh.
Right, so he got the undercut going as soon as he had damage.
Yeah, he might have had to go at the undercut.
Scotty and Tricky come in. Brando retakes the lead, and Memes is in hot pursuit.
Yeah. See, so Brando starting on the softs was always going to have an artificial advantage because he was going to have to switch to the mediums, and he may have run too long on the softs.
He hasn't lost that many. He hasn't lost like 10, 15 seconds in 2 laps. That's crazy. The Memes is undercut. He got involved in the incident and then undercut and managed to save time.
What I think's happened is when you saw the 15 seconds, it wasn't quite accurate because the time the deltas hadn't settled. Maybe, I don't know.
2.6 seconds the gap now, and Memes is charging after Brandoza. Memes is in prime position. Crazy. DK, he's in 3rd at the moment. Millsy in 4th. Mad Mitch, P5. Joper close behind in P6. Soul Slayer in P7. Tricky Brewer in P8. Scotty's in P9. PJ Mack in P10. And Whip Attack, Kez and Bozza round out the bottom 3. Memes giving chase. 2 seconds the gap now to Brandoza.
Yeah, if he gets into the slip, then look out. It could be game on here. I am concerned about his soft tyres and will they go off on him, because they are slightly worn now, whereas Brando's mediums are virtually unaffected. They have yet to show any wear whatsoever.
2 seconds the gap, 6 laps remain. Who we got close together? DK, Millsy and Joker are nice and spread out. So is Mitch, Slayer and Tricky. All nice and calm and settled at this point of the race.
Yes, there's a little bit of a train happening between 6th and 3rd, but they're not quite within the slipstream range of each other, so they're close but no cigar. We've got Mitch, then Joper, then Millsy, then DK in ascending order. So I can't see any battles ensuing immediately unless someone makes a mistake. But Memes
chasing him down.
Memes is chasing him down. Yeah, he's been on it this week. Old Memes, he deserves a victory. He pushed me to the limit last night and on Tuesday night. So let's see what he can do.
Champions of Champions final for the Super Series and second in the GT4. Second to Ando here, present in the box.
Yours truly. He made me work for it both nights, so there's no doubting this kid can drive. He can steer, and he's cut it down to 1.5 seconds. He's got under 1.5 seconds to the car in front now, who is on the harder compound, so this could get interesting. 5 laps to go.
1.5 seconds the gap. Brandoza and Power Memes. DK in third. Millsy still right behind him.
Can Millsy get that podium? He's on the mediums, and DK ahead of him's on the softs, so it's going to be a hard task. A tall order. Joper's coming up from behind as well on fresher softs. So Millsy's going to have to start looking in the mirrors a bit as well. Although Joper gets it completely wrong out of the cutting and gives half a second back to Millsy. And then he clips the wall at Reed as well. There's another 10th or 2 right there. Oh, Japes is all over the shop at Bathurst this week, folks.
1.2 the gap between the front two now. Look out.
Yeah, that's closing. It'll be interesting to see his Brando's, saving a bit of fighting fuel for the end of the race. Is he saving a bit of tyres for that last 3 or 4 lap battle? If I was him, I'd be doing everything I could to keep that Supra out of my slip.
1 second now.
Yeah. Once that Supra gets within 0.75 of a second, it's like a time warp machine. That thing will be on you in a flash.
Looking back from Brandoza.
He gets a pretty good exit. He uses all the track, collects a bit of dust, throws it up into Memes' windscreen, just as a bit of a, how's your father? How you going, mate? And he maintains a 0.9 second lead up into Griffin's, which is out of the slip. That's crucial, folks. He needs to stay out of the slip. Memes Or Brando goes a little bit wide into the cutting. And out of the cutting. Now it's down to 0.8, but he's doing well. He's fighting hard on those mediums. Must be so hard to stay in front on those mediums.
He's got unreal pace across the top, considering he's on the mediums.
Oh yeah, you're flirting with it. One tire in the grass there, that could compromise him now into the S's, and it does. And Memes is on him. It's down to 0.9, 0.8. But he's done well out of the dipper. It's back to 0.9 now through Forest Elbow. This is crucial. Can Memes get the run on him? Can he get the run down Conrod? He's 0.8. That's not enough, folks. That is not in the slip. That is not going to get in the toe down Conrod. Down the 1.9 kilometre straight that we know as Conrod. So he stays at 0.8. That is crucial.
Closer, slightly closer.
He gets a little bit. He gets a little bit at the end. But he's going to need to do better than that. They both take the apex curb at the chase. That is not advisable. So it stays at 0.9 of a second.
A second for the whole lap. There you go. Brando on the mediums. Wow. Memes is pushing.
This is close. This is close. So Memes is burning up those softs at a rate of knots. And Brando is maintaining those mediums beautifully. So that could be crucial as we enter the third last lap. Memes could have cooked his goose here, folks. It blows out to a second now.
This is unreal.
What do you prefer, Dan? Do you prefer a worn soft or a fresh medium?
Oh, worn soft any day of the week.
A worn soft, do you? Okay. Sorry if that clink of the bottle cap came through. You might deduce what that was.
It's half a second now.
Yeah, he's on him across the top. He's done well, old Memes. Down through the S's, into the dipper. Closes in massively. Can he get the exit? Yes, he can. They both can. The crucial corner that is Forest Elbow. Brando collects a little bit of wall on entry, but Memes cops a little bit on exit. It's still 0.6 seconds, folks. This is going to go down to the wire. There is nothing in this. A Supra on worn softs versus a Merc on fresh mediums. And he's running out of revs, Memes. He's running out of gears. He's in the draft. He's right on his tail now. Wow, he had massive top-end speed there before the chase. That shows you, folks, how significant, how relevant.
He's got a wide. Brando's just got wide. He's going to have to defend now.
Is he going to have a go? His Meme's going to have a go. Will he stick his? No, he chooses to pull in. He knows he's got 2 laps to go. He's going to pick his moment here. Now he's got the run going up Mountain Straight. Brando goes defensive. Memes has got a massive run. He could get the job done here
before the brake marker. He's got his nose in front. He's going to go around the outside. The Griffins!
Oh, get sideways.
He's done it!
Oh, wow. That was
what
hairy.
a move. Around the outside of Griffins.
Wow, that was bold.
Brando's now got to stay in touch.
Brando's still relevant here.
To go.
He collects a bit of wall though, so he's lost some time there because those softs are old. Brando doesn't know it, but Memes' tyres are getting more and more weary by the corner, so they are going to give up the ghost at some point. Brando doesn't know it yet, but he may well be relevant
here. He's had a moment coming out of the dipper. He's got it on the wall.
Oh, they are.
And he's got deep into the elbow.
Into Forest Elbow.
It's on.
Now Brando's on him.
1 lap to go.
Brando's going to make the move here.
Side by side.
He's going to have it into the kink here. Those
Brando's in
softs may
front.
well be cooked. Those softs
Means
are
has to
in
put
trouble.
it around the outside. We've got one lap
Is he
to go.
going to
as
dive
they
it?
hit into
Is
the
he going to
chase.
dive it?
Oh,
Oh
contact!
no! Oh
Memes is
no!
gone!
No! That's tragic.
And Brandoza. Hesitation now.
Yeah, that
Just
was. Does he redress? I don't know. He bumped him wide, but he also owned the apex, so.
A little bit of oversteer, but that's predictable. When you're the car on the outside there, you've got to predict that oversteer.
Exactly, you've got to anticipate it. You've got to, at some point, yield.
But was there space?
When the inside car, yeah.
Was there space? How tragic.
That is very unfortunate, because that was going to be a grandstand finish. I can guarantee you that was going to be a grandstand finish.
We've all been robbed. I think even Brandoza will feel robbed after that.
But I'm going back through the field for you now, Dan. We've got Joper in fourth, challenging for a podium here. He's moving up into the cutting here on DK, and he's making gains hand over fist. He's on softs, which are much fresher than DK's softs.
Hot on the heels on the final lap.
Yep.
Millsy's still hot on the heels of Tricky as well, but Mitch is relevant. But Joper, this is the battle for the final spot on the podium.
Yeah, this could be huge here. He's got a run on him into Skyline, but what can you do? You have to yield. You have to back off. There's no way to get around here. Through the dipper. Just stay with him here. Yep, just get on him by Forest Elbow, then get the better exit. Make sure you get the better exit. Then you might have half a chance. Can you do it, mate? You've got a good exit. You're in identical cars. All you have to do is get that better exit. Now he's got the run on him. What's DK going to do? Is he going to go defensive? No, he doesn't.
Looks to the
he
inside.
Opens the door for Joper. He goes through.
Oh, he gets
Job
through.
done.
Oh, is it over? Is it over though? He's going to lunge up the inside. Joper shuts the door.
No, well, Joper pulls it up perfectly.
Take a bow, EBM Brandoza.
Well
the
done.
champion of champions for Gr.3.
Well done,
three-time Trailblazing champion. Power Memes comes across in second for the third time this week in the Champions Series. Joker takes P3. DK takes P4. Tricky Brewer, after a great drive all night, persistent, puts himself into P5. Millsy in P6. Mad Mitch in P7. War Soulslayer in P8 as well. Scotty, a hearty drive all night, comes across in P9. PJ Mack kept it consistent this evening, puts it in P10.
Possibly in the wrong car.
Whip Attack, the drama of the night.
Yeah, unfortunate. I really thought he was going to challenge
Came off worse.
For the W.
Came off worse in a battle pack in an incident that consisted of at least 2 cars. Finishes in 11th position. And Kez Audio, your B final champion of champions. An unfortunate race comes across in P12 with a great effort from
and he
Kez.
shows his displeasure there. I mean, I feel bad for Kez. We didn't capture it tonight, but something might have happened to him there, because I really thought he was relevant for the podium tonight. I really did.
So on the circuit, EBM Brandoza takes the victory. We'll have to see if that does or does not get referred upstairs, but...
I don't think Brando will have anything to do with it. He just led from start to finish there.
Well, let's save the...
I mean, what a fantastic effort from Brando. That was truly amazing. That was a great drive. Great strategy. And hats off to him.
So your finishing positions again: Brandoza, Power Memes, Joper, DK666, Tricky Brewer, Millsy, Mad Mitch, Soulslayer, GLS, Scotty, PJ Max, Whip Attack, Kez Audio, and Bozza. And Rick Green had a mechanical DC. So let's bump out of the lobby now and let's go to the replays. Let's have a look at the incident that Whippertack was involved in the final.
Can we do that?
I can. You won't
Oh,
see it.
okay.
You'll see it in the lobby, because if I save the replay, then go into it. So
Very clever, sir.
Stay tuned.
I'm impressed.
We're gonna see some of the key moments.
Yeah,
from the race
that battle
in
for
review.
second. What happened? I can't remember. There was maybe 3 or 4 laps to go. Something happened there, and we missed it.
I don't think it's saved properly, but we're about to find out.
I'm sure the stewards won't miss it though.
It'll be interesting to see what they
will be told about it by the relevant party.
There does seem to be a little bit less focus on presenting things to the stewards in the Champions Finals, ironically, because even though they are Champions Finals, they're also,
of course, they're
still like a bragging rights thing at the end of the season, like almost like an exhibition.
Exactly,
thing.
they're an honorary title. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah,
So
but it's also unfortunate to have the podiums decided because of